A federal appeals court heard arguments today in lawsuits seeking to overturn same-sex marriage bans in Ohio, Kentucky, Michigan, and Tennessee. Since the Supreme Court struck down part of the Defense of Marriage Act last year, same-sex marriage advocates have won 20 straight times in federal court. Don Dahler tells us lives are changing with every decision.
How does one go about finding a band on short notice?
Sandy Furlani and Christine Donato went from hoping they could get married someday
We have to put at the top of the list.
to scrambling to make wedding arrangements.
This has happened very quickly, hasn't it?
Really quickly, yeah. I mean, you would think we would be better prepared, but...
I know. We're now running around like lunatics trying to get a plan in place. Can you tell us what happened at school today?
Furlani and Donato have been together for 18 years and have a 6-year-old son, Henry. They were among 11 Pennsylvania couples whose lawsuit led to a landmark decision in that state, giving same-sex couples the right to marry.
It sort of validates our family. Like, we are just as important as everybody else. Our son doesn't have to feel like a second-class citizen. You know, he has a legal family. He's protected.
A majority, 55% of Americans of all ages now back same-sex marriage, double the number 18 years ago. Nowhere is that groundswell more apparent than in the courts. More than 70 marriage equality cases challenging state bans on same-sex unions have been filed in 30 states.
I think we are in a tipping point with respect to marriage rights for gay couples.
Suzanne Goldberg of Columbia Law School believes it's inevitable one of those challenges will reach the Supreme Court. She says shifts in American attitudes could influence the justices, just as they have since the 1950s, with landmark rulings on racial equality and women's rights.
The change in public opinion shapes the landscape in which the court will hear a case coming up about same-sex couples' right to marry. And while the justices on the court can do whatever they like, they are the Supreme Court after all, the shift in the landscape will unquestionably shape the context for their opinion.
Circle the right word.
Furlani and Donato hope there's a day in Henry's future when he's proud of what his parents helped accomplish. Don Dahler, CBS News, Swarthmore, Pennsylvania.